Saturday in the Premier League, Forest dropped 3 vital points in the race for Champions League football.
Nottingham Forest 0, Everton 1, Abdoulaye Doucouré with the goal deep in stoppage time. McNeil off the bench, scored the winner here last year. Rob Murillo, his pass found Doucouré, and Everton under David Moyes continuing to improve. It is a first win in 7, they have drawn a lot, but it's a rare defeat for Nottingham Forest at home. They were unbeaten in their previous 9 games. It is a blow to their Champions League hopes, but they are still well placed. Brilliant away day for Everton. Abdoulaye Doucouré with the goal. Everton have beaten Forest 1-0.
Yeah, and the goal came late in the day, but no fluke about it. I think over the 90 minutes, most people would say that Everton deserved the victory. And by the way, Coyce, you haven't touched on this at all. David Moyes, goodness me, how he's turned things around there. And I was interested afterwards that he said he hopes that next season Everton could have the sort of season that Forest have had this season. So, big ambitions.
And quite right. I mean, I don't know the exact figures. What is it, 1 defeat in 10 or something, Jeff?
Yeah.
And by the way, just to throw the cat amongst the pigeons again, and that goal shouldn't have counted in the Merseyside derby, I think it was. That was the one that was offside. They've been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The pressure going there obviously was all on David and Everton staying in the division clearly at that point, because we've stated the obvious, how important it was to start the new season in the new stadium. But boy, the turnaround and the way they've picked up results, sitting 13th now, above Manchester United, above Tottenham and teams like that. Yeah, fabulous job.
Yeah, and just a bit of pressure on Forest now, 2nd loss in a row, but they have got an okay run in. Spurs away is next up. And of course, it's now 17 Premier League defeats for Spurs. Ange Postecoglou spoke to talkSPORT after their 4-2 loss at Wolves and was asked whether defensive errors are costing him points.
Oh, look, it's hard to, and the players don't do it on purpose. So it's not like you can really sort of be too critical of them. Rare it happens, in one game as it did for us today, and but that's okay. I mean, like I said, I guess the responsibility lies with me, and unfortunately, it's another defeat.
Yeah, it was another defeat, and it was pretty much self-inflicted, wasn't it? Defensive error after defensive error after defensive error. And Vicario taking a lot of flack for his performance in that game. But in defence of Spurs, if there is one, Postecoglou made a few changes. Obviously, his focus is purely 100%. On Frankfurt on Thursday.
Jeff, that goes without saying. When you look at the side he's picked, straight away, if Tottenham have got to win a game, Mickey van de Ven plays. There's no doubt about that. So there's 1 or 2 players. Kulishevsky come back. I think he got about 15 minutes. He gave Richarlison, Bergvall, Bentancur a run as well. Yeah, of course it's disappointing. 17 defeats in the league is anything but acceptable. However, Thursday is their big game. And as you correctly said, Frankfurt had a comfortable 3-0 home win yesterday in the league. So it's a heck of a task.
I mean, I think it's worth as well just touching on Wolves again here. 4 wins on the bounce under Vitor Pereira. And the job he's done cannot be understated, really.
No, absolutely. I mean, credit where it's due, because they were, there was a time not so long ago, there was a question mark whether they'd be playing the football in the division. I've got to say, singling people out, you mentioned the manager who has been different class. Cunha's one, obviously, that gets all the praise, and so he should, because I know he didn't play at the weekend, but he's been absolutely terrific for them. However, Jeff, Strand Larsen has scored some really important goals recently. I think he got another one at the weekend, but he scored some really important goals for them recently. So they'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. They'll be playing their football without doubt in the top flight next season. But it was a little bit of a worrying period for them, because they were getting sucked in a little bit to that bottom 3. But the change in manager, take my hat off.
Obviously, it's not the only big night coming up on Thursday. Manchester United have got a massive night against Lyon. Lyon went away to, I think it was Auxerre at the weekend, and they won by 3-1. So that was a big win for them. Do you see United going into this as favourites?
Do you know something, Jeff? I'll be brutally honest with you. I think that's a tough one to call. I would have them slight favourites. I've seen Lyon a couple of times this year. I don't think they're bad at all. I mean, Lacazette came off the bench. I think they're a good side. I'll put it this way. I would have United slight favourites, Jeff, but it wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world if they didn't go through.
Yeah, what would you do about the goalkeeper?
Bring Onana back in. I understand the whole setup. It's interesting talking to Ben there, Jeff. The goalkeeper being a specialised position. I'm looking at Barry Ferguson leaving the goalkeeper out the other night there, Jack Butland. And I don't think it's just as straightforward as a lot of people and supporters would think, because you can mentally shoot them, finish them actually at the club. I think in many ways it's that big a decision. I mean, Barry made it on Thursday, and it turned into a great decision. I just think at United, the situation at this moment in time, I think he's got to bring him back in, mate.
I mean, I think the one plus point, if you like, for Manchester United at the weekend was the fact that Alessandro Garnacho's had a lot of criticism this season, a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
Took his goal beautifully, and he was a threat, really their only threat. Yeah,
no, without doubt. I mean, I watched the game, and there was a kind of, I just thought there was an inevitability about it. I'm looking at Newcastle, and you know what it's like at that place when everybody's, the support, everything's on fire, and I just thought it was inevitable that they were going to win the game. And I'm looking at it, obviously they get a goal disallowed straight away, Joel Linton, and I'm thinking myself, it's only a matter of time. Then, to be fair to Garnacho, he does get the good, but I just felt it was never in any doubt, Jeff. I don't know what you thought yourself. I'm watching that game and I'm thinking it's just a matter of time for Newcastle.
Well, I thought United did okay the first half. When they got to half-time at 1-1, I thought they were doing okay, and there were elements that were a better performance than I'd expected. I thought the young boy who came in, Harry Amas, I thought he did not look out of place at all.
No, I accept that, and I'll also take it a step further and say when they get beat. I was at the Forest game when Alanga scored that wonder goal and they get beat 1-0. I actually thought they played really, really well in possession of the ball. However, they're actually still playing without, in my opinion, an out-and-out centre-forward. And that's a very, very difficult thing to do. I know Zirkzee will score one or two goals, but he is not an out-and-out centre-forward. Højlund still looks as though he's got to find a bit of confidence in some finishing. It's a long road, but I do accept your point. Some of the football they're playing has been a vast improvement.
And Zirkzee, of course, done his hamstring, so that's not an option that's going to be available to Ruben Amorim, probably now for the rest of the season, you would imagine.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.